Here at Track and Field, Coach Niels Anderson and Tyler Kircher. Guys, thanks for joining me today. Coach, end of the indoor season this weekend at the MIAC Indoor Championships. Let's talk a little bit about the preparation. We've talked many times about how everything is building to this weekend. Where are you guys at in terms of competition ready?
Yeah. What's interesting about track versus every other sport is that it all comes down to one day, or in this case, 2 days. And in every other sport, every game matters. Well, it does in a sense because our preparation matters, and all these meets are preparation for that one day. But that's what I love about track and field is it all happens in one moment. You can't necessarily have a bad day and go, well, that was just one game. And all of a sudden you get on a nice streak and you get rolling. It all happens on that one day. So there's a lot of pressure that way. I feel like we're really well prepared. Everybody is healthy for the vast majority. We've got more than what we anticipated or hoped for. We set a goal early in the season to get half the team there, and we exceeded that. We also set a goal to get someone qualified in every event speciality, and we accomplished that. So we have one last goal, and that's to exceed our point total from last year, and then actually double our point total, which, from 5 to 10. That's kind of what our hope is. And Tyler will talk to you a little bit about getting some of those points and moving up. And I'm kind of tackling a few things here at once, but we are seated at certain spots, and we want to just go into Friday and Saturday hoping to beat all of our seeds, and if we do that, I know we'll have a great day.
And Tyler, talk a little bit, Coach kind of talked briefly about the pressure that's on you this weekend, and not just you, but everybody. As an athlete, knowing that come Friday and Saturday, this is it. This is the whole ball of wax. How do you handle that kind of pressure?
Yeah, there's definitely like a tangible, kind of energy leading into, any conference meet for us. But the knowledge of kind of where you're seated, and I'm like myself looking kind of at the heat sheets and where throws are. It's a tight field for weight, for I think shot put as well with Gus. Things are really tight, and like Neil said, it comes down to this one day, and just looking back on some of the meets this season where I haven't had my best day in my prelims, but it was good enough to get me to finals. I don't really have that luxury looking at the conference flights. Like, it's a tight meet, and I'm going to have to throw well. So there is that pressure on there. So I try not to get that too much in my mind because that can really mess with you. So just trying to know that just doing what you can control and trying to take care of your business is the only thing you can do. And if you do that, then you can't be upset with how things go. And
the preparation for you, the season has gone very well. You've done really had an outstanding season to this point. Don't want to put you on the spot, but you're seated 8th. Expectations, where do you want to finish? When I'm writing up the article on Friday and Saturday, what am I going to be saying about Tyler Kircher?
Well, looking earlier in the season, I was a little higher up. Some people this last week busted a couple throws to push me down to 8th. But my goal was, I'm really looking at the 5th place spot. That's really a goal that I thought was attainable. And anywhere scoring any points would be fantastic for me. I would think that's a great goal for me. But I'm really looking at that 5th place spot as somewhere that I can get, and I'm going to have a good day to get there. But I like that fuel and that push. So I'm hoping that you're writing that I had a PR and that I got, hopefully around 5th place. It would be my goals.
And Coach, talk a little bit about what Tyler brings to the table in terms of this team. And, it's obviously a very well-spoken individual.
Yeah.
I know from his tweets that, he takes a lot of pride in track and field and what he and his throwers do. Talk a little bit from a coaching standpoint, what you see in Tyler.
Well, first of all, I see as next year kind of comes along, he's going to be thrust into a leadership role, and he's already got that. He's in the youth and family leadership program, and I see the books he's reading, and then I see the way he's so intense in practice and the way he really gets after it. So those are like the real great things. And of course, having someone that can place high and make it to finals, that's all great too. I'm not going to dismiss any of that, but the real part is his leadership capabilities, and next year we're going to be bringing in some great throwers, and I'm going to be counting on him to take a real responsibility, leadership role.
You know, Tyler, talk a little bit. We've touched on the fact that the beginning of the season really kind of sets you up for this weekend, but it also has to help you in a confidence level because, you know, like I had said before, you've had a great indoor season. You've got to feel pretty confident coming into the conference championships.
Yeah, I think you know, getting the conference itself is a special thing. This is my first indoor conference meet. You know, it's a we talked earlier about our goal was getting somebody from each event group, and we're lucky enough that all four of us throwers made it. Gus, Abby, Maya, and myself all made it to conference, which was kind of a little goal we had for ourselves. But you know, it's really going to be a special moment. And you know, early in the season, you're really just trying to get in a couple you're trying to feel things out, and like, okay, this is what it's like to get back into the competitive nature because it's been since, you know, May. You know, there's really a big love-hate relationship with the beginning of the indoor season. I mean, I was telling Coach Megan yesterday, like, you know, this is our last week of throwing this 35-pound ball. I can't wait to go down, you know, to the hammer for outdoor. But, you know, as the season kind of progresses, you know, you really get a feel for where things are, how you're, you know, seated, where you're going to fall. And it's really just, you know, the last couple meets, because I kind of knew that I was in fairly early with some of my throws. It was really just going out there to have fun. You know, Neil's talked about my intensity of practice, probably sometimes too much so. But there was a point where I had one of my worst meets, I think was at in Iowa.
Luther?
Yeah, Luther. I did not have a good meet there. And I really didn't kind of like how I responded to that meet. So really from that point on, just trying to remember that, like, we're having fun here. You know, this is something that I'm doing for passion and enjoyment, and not just for, you know, because I feel required to do it. So, you know, as the season goes on, you know, you really kind of get a sense of where you've come from, and you do have a good sense of confidence. You know, the last two meets, I really wasn't going to move up much, I don't think. So it's really just for me, just trying to maintain consistency. You know, you can pop a big throw like Maya did on Friday. She had a huge PR, which was awesome. You know, those will happen, and, you know, for her, I think that's been a reflection of how hard all of us have worked. And I know that's exactly what Megan wants, is for this, you know, now is the time to really have those big throws that she's been getting us to go for. So,
The conference indoor championships is this weekend up at St. John's in Collegeville, Minnesota. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.